Well, it's been a couple of months since I returned from my last trip, and to those viewers who have seen those previous videos, you might notice that I now have a quickie tent up on top of the beast, and I'm now preparing for another trip. Now, the beauty of this particular tent is I can pack all my bedding in, and this is a new very lightweight quilt. I have my pillows, and underneath I have not only the mattress for the quickie tent, but I have a one of these Austrail swag mats, which is 2-inch foam, memory foam, I think, so that should be quite comfortable. And I mean, obviously this is overkill, but it's really just to store all of this bedding until I get to where I am, and then I'll reorganize. The problem with all trips, of course, is we all like to take everything that we think we might need, and most of it we don't need at all. So this time I've actually, you'll notice, I've removed the shelf that I had in here, because I have a quickie tent which now uses a ladder like this. I don't need to take my previous work platform that used to sit along the shelf. I can fit my toilet bucket in there without that shelf being there, and I've put a I don't know if you can see it up here, on here underneath these green things is a smaller camping table, which I may or may not use, but it's up there out of the way, and it doesn't weigh any much weight anyway. Coming around here, I will no longer carry a spare battery in there along with the solar panels. I found I didn't use them very often anyway, and I think, why do I need to? Because the fridge will run for 24 hours on the reserve battery or the dual battery in the under the bonnet, and I just figured that I will stop this one. I figured that there were more important things to take, like extra fuel. Like these, I put an extra fuel tank in there. I now have 60 litres, and the reason for that, of course, is anyone who watched one of those, or the last series of 12 videos, I didn't make it to either the Wolf Creek crater or into the Bungle Bungles, and that's where I'm heading this time. I'm going to go straight here from Albany, head about 3,500 kilometres up the track, and do those two things there, and then come home. That's the trip. The fact that I put that quickie tent on meant that I had to chop my carrier rack back. I still will take, obviously, another spare tyre, and of course the original spare tyre is still under the car, somewhere underneath there, and everywhere else I'm cutting right back on what I took. I won't take the stretcher tent, because this tent is so easy to put up every day. It's just 4 little buckles. It's on self-propelling telescopic things, and it takes about 3 minutes to pull it down and about 2 minutes or less to put it up. Now, to save time on my camping trip, I'm pre-packing my foods, and this is some onion, which I'm now vacuum sealing. And there we have it. So we open it up, and I have now 1 serve of onions to go with my minced steak to make my spaghetti bolognese. Now, of course, the advantage of this is you can freeze them. The vacuum sealing has evacuated all the air out of everything there, so it will last a lot longer. Freeze it, goes in the bottom of the freezer or your fridge, and in the morning before your evening meal, you just take one out and let it thaw out as you travel along during the day. Very simple, and it's sort of space saving too. Well, with only a couple of days to go before I plan to leave, I had a brainstorm and decided that I wanted to put a rear awning on the back here. and it's proved to be almost a major rebuild, because just to fit these two little L brackets, I hope we can see them in there, they're a pain in the bum, and I've had to raise the back end of the King's Quickie tent by 35mm just so that I can get clearance in there. Anyway, that's what I've been up to, and it's taken me about 5 hours so far, but anyway, I'll carry on and we'll show you the finished result shortly. What it did mean was that I had to take my side awning off as well, which I still want to keep, and the reason for this awning on the back is to cover my cooking area, because my previous tent, for those who've ever watched the videos, used to flip up and I had a cover over where I was cooking, but now I don't. Well, that's the unit now on the vehicle, and now I have to fit my side awning, but that's not a problem, that's been on before and we know it fits. How I fitted this was the L bracket here comes across this profile of the bars. These are old bars that I had, and then I had to make up a little aluminium, it's actually like a keeper, I'd call it, a keeper plate made out of just a piece of aluminium angle. That'll be strong enough, and a coach bolt drilled down through the middle of the thing to hold it in position. That's sufficient enough. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. But as I say, the problem was that I had to actually raise the tent with a couple of 35mm thick blocks of timber. But they'll okay, we hope. So here we are with two what do you call these things? I've forgotten the name of them. Oh my god. Awnings, of course. What am I thinking? I've got too much on my mind at the moment. Is that a little bit off to one side? Down on one side? I don't think so. Maybe it's just the way I folded it up. I'll have a look. Believe it or not, it's an optical illusion, because I've just checked it and it's perfect. It's just the way the thing's rolled up. I actually partially unrolled it, and because I'm in a confined space here, I didn't roll it up properly probably. I thought I'd better have a bit of a practice with the awning. This is the theory, of course. Now I can have some shelter when I start my cooking procedures. Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, everything works. Good stuff. I've got it angled a little bit too high at the moment, but that doesn't matter. It's you can zip these things on when I get to where I'm going. These Velcro things. Won't do them now. No, that's going to work well. Beauty. Well, it's Sunday the 15th of August 2021, and I'm about to start another adventure, heading north to basically some of the same places I was at the last trip. It's exactly 3 months and 2 days since I returned from that last trip, but I did say that I was going to go back, and here we are on our way. Beautiful morning. We're taking advantage of the fact that there is no rain for the next 3 days forecast, and hopefully in those 3 days I'll be into the area of sunshine, because here in Albany it has been atrocious weather for weeks and weeks. Rain, wind, storms, all that sort of thing, so that's why I want to head north and get out of it. So we'll catch up with you at a later stage. It's a beautiful morning for a drive, and I am so lucky to be doing this, because yet again most of the eastern states are in some form of lockdown. The whole of New South Wales is actually fully locked down. Victoria's locked down for 7 days or something. Queensland have parts in lockdown. And WA, touch wood, is still relatively free from all main restrictions like locking down. So once again, I am so lucky to be able to do this on such a beautiful day too. We've just entered the Shire of Plantagenet, and we're now in the heading towards the Parongarups on this beautiful Sunday morning. Been on the road now for about half an hour. It's 8 o'clock. I left at 7:30, but I still see on the sides of the road we've had torrential rains here for quite some time, and there's a lot of water lying at each side of the road in some of these paddocks. I don't know whether the GoPro makes it out, but that's the Parongarups directly ahead in the mist. Still a little bit misty actually around here at the moment. But hey, who's complaining? Certainly not me. That might be a better view of the Parongarups over there in the distance. Travelling through the Stirling Range National Park at the moment. The Parongarups are off to my left, and this is just the road that actually just traverses through the middle of this park. Over there in the background is I don't know, hopefully you'll be able to see it as we spin round, is Bluff Knoll. And Bluff Knoll is probably, I think, the highest part of WA for some reason. They often get flurries of snow on the top of it. And I'm not sure because I can't see what's happening on the video. But anyway, it's over there. And you can make it out by virtually the tallest knob of those mountains there. We're about to head into a little bit of fog. I see a caravan ahead just pulled up, and we are currently in the Shire of Noangarup. Those guys obviously deciding which way they want to go. Here we are, a little bit of mist. Makes it a bit mysterious. Lake Grace, 166. I don't know if you can make it out, but as I'm driving along, I'm looking closely at these trees, and because of the mist that's obviously been here within the last few minutes, I see spider webs in the branches of the trees which are being, in a sense, illuminated. There's one there. I don't know whether these GoPros actually pick up that sort of amount of detail. I don't think they do, which is a pity really, because it's quite spectacular when you see it. Well, we've struck another bit of mist along this road. Over there, that yellow in the off to the left hand side. This is sort of canola country. But right now I'm flying on instruments. This mist. Expect the fog, and it's quite widespread. We've been in it now for probably 10-15 kilometres. It's another 10 or so kilometres to Awning, but hey, that's the world we have today. Global warming and cooling. Weather patterns are ridiculously unpredictable at the moment, I think. Anyway, not to worry. Trouble with this one at the moment. Well, we've emerged from the fog and the mist, and now we're into this beautiful sunshine again. We've got 121 k's to go to Lake Grace, and then from there we head up towards Narrabeen. Well, I've just done a left turn off that particular road, and we're now heading towards Pingarup. Then towards Lake Grace. These are roads, of course, that we've travelled before, but every time you come up it's a little bit different. Right now the canola is in flower, which is all the yellow that you may see from time to time, and it looks quite spectacular. Coffee time. Been on the road now for an hour and 3/4, so I think it's time for a coffee. Well, this is my first coffee stop, and I've been having a little bit of trouble with this particular GoPro. This is the one that I normally use to fire shots out the back, but it was playing up on the, or it appeared to be playing up, so I've reset it. And I'm going to spin round. There's a selfie. Hello, coffee. You can see this time I've taken that big spoiler off that I used to have. We've got a streamlined tent, and it's interesting the different noises that you get now, because I'm getting a sort of a hum coming along, and I'm not sure whether it's just the wind going through those wire on the basket, or whether it's my shovel that's causing it. But anyway, we'll get to the bottom of the mystery at some stage. Okay, well that's coffee. First one, haha. Caffeine levels are up now, so we shall press on. Well, after we'd left our nice coffee break, after a few kilometres, we've run into this sort of cloud cover again. Very, very misty. So I don't know what the extent of it is, but anyway, it's just unusual as far as I'm concerned, because it's a beautiful day out there. If the cloud would lift. Okay, we're going to do a right-hand turn up here at the Narrabeen Pingarup Road. left is Nyabing and then Katanning, and to the right is Pingerup and Lake Grace. And the sun has gone. But there's not much traffic. So Pingerup 16, Lake Grace 67. And this is Pingerup on a sunny Sunday morning. Not a sunny Sunday morning. And we have to turn left to go to Lake Grace. I'm sure I've seen this place before. Oh yeah, there's the Pingerup Roadhouse. I've actually got fuel there from time to time. And it's 50 to Lake Grace. Well, there's certainly been a lot of rain because most times that I've come through this particular area, all of these pools to the left and the right have actually been empty. They're just sort of sandy bottoms, but the amount of rain when I'm driving along here, particularly out to my left, is an awful lot of huge expanses of water. And I know that they've had a lot of rain out here because we've had a lot down in Albany, but I sort of thought a little further north you'd get probably less rain, but obviously not the case. Anyway, if there's one good thing that can be said about it is the birds love it. It's great for the birds. And there's quite a lot around this morning that I can see. Mind you, they won't fly in front of the camera for you, but they are there. Here's a car that didn't make it. Obviously got on fire, yep. Woo! Unlucky. Here in the distance, I believe, is the actual Lake Grace. You can see off there, and it's got plenty of water in it. Well, the sun's out. Have a look at that canola off there. It's beautiful. A yellow carpet. I hope that's coming out on this GoPro thing. Okay. That might give us a better shot of the canola out the back and the colours. It's just fortunate because the sun's come out. I've been driving through cloud cover, as you obviously know, and it just broke the surface, and look at that. Beautiful. We have a sign. Roadwork. Ah, it's a traffic light. Now, I did see on the Main Roads website before I left that part of this road, I think, was flooded, and they had reduced it to one lane, and this could very well be the place. Because it's quite low lying, and yes, there's lots of water around. Prepare to stop. I'm going to stop. Water over road. We hope that that has a sensor on it that just detected that I'm here. It did. Oh yeah, flood damage. Fill in the gaps. Oh well, at least I knew about that, so good. Right, we're going to enter the Tin Horse Highway yet again, but it's good fun. Coolin 14. Now these are all the tin sculptures they make along this road, and they are really, really good. I'm going to turn this camera this way, if I can. Hopefully you'll get a good view of them. I'll drive fairly slowly. And this may be a fairly long video, this particular scene. I'll try and switch it off and then switch back on again. So it looks like we have a mouse here, a blue mouse. And over there we have some little guy doing something. And it looks like these two guys are on their trail bikes. Awesome fun. Here's a tennis playing cow. That's Philippoussis. Philippoussis. I love it. These farmers have too much time on their hands, I think. Here we have a boat. And what are these guys doing? This is Rocky, the Italian stallion. Rocky, the Italian stallion. It's just lucky that it's a Sunday and there's virtually no traffic on this road that I'm able to actually do this. Any other time I've come past, I have sort of had sometimes cars up my jacksie. What's this guy doing? Up on the hill there. What are you doing? He's got binoculars. He's spying on me. They're all along this stretch of road. Probably it goes for what, 6 or 8 k's, I suppose. And each one of these things is just so entertaining. Here's another one. And they are on both sides of the road too. Unfortunately, I should have had my other GoPro going, but the editing makes it a bit difficult too. So what are these? This is a seahorse. These guys here. And a P51 Mustang, the blue one at the back. This guy here is Ben Horse. That was a Charlton Heston epic. And across the road, crikey, is looks like Easy Rider on a motorbike. Yep, that's Easy Rider. And here's a kilted bagpipe player. We'll have a look at him. Oh yeah, he's quite clever, isn't he? Get out the road, rabbit, little tiger. And over here we look like we have a Roman gladiator. No, that's the rustic runner. The rustic runner. How good is that? Now, we shall go a little bit further along the road. Ooh. What's this? A Skeletor. I'm up a Yeah. Dead. It's called dead. Don't bet on heads or you'll lose it. Well, that's clever. Don't know what those two are doing. I hope you can see that. Hard to turn that around. There we go. Those two over there on the other side of the road. We can't pull in on this one. There's a big puddle. But there's a jockey come off his horse and he's gone into the dam. Look at that. What are these three guys up to? Oh, they're pulling a plough. Okay. That's keeping in the themes of farming. There's another one I can't pull in there. I hope you can... Yeah, we can see that, whatever it is. Hasn't got a name tag on it. You can see the water that's lying around. They've had so much rain, like us. And over here is a witch's hat in the middle of the thing. Over there. Nothing coming behind. That's... Oh, it's Santa. Is that Santa? No. Don't know what that one can be. The sign probably got washed away. Now I programmed this particular route looking at a fairly old map. So this has actually taken me a little bit off my normal track, which is good because you do get a bit bored with travelling the same route, and it'll take me 2,500, 3,000 kilometres to get where I'm going, and I like to break up the monotony a little bit if I can. So my GPS just directed me to come this road, and it's called Carmody Road. Just hope that I don't get stuck in a boggy bit. These are all the sort of back roads of the wheat belt that I do like to try and come up against up sometimes when you've got time, and today I have time. And as you can see, the sun has come out and I'm absolutely boiling now. I was cold before I had the heater on. And now I've got a wind cheater and a long sleeve shirt, and I'm going to have to divest myself of at least one of them, which I will. Anyway, Carmody Road. We are definitely going the roundabout way, aren't we? Just took me off the highway, that's all. I hope there's not a great big puddle at the end of this. A bit sneaky. It's taking me now to the Williams-Condinin Road, which I have been on before, and I probably would have gone on to had I just kept going straight before I turned up Carmody Road. But that doesn't matter, because this is all good fun. It's exploring. So we now turn right back onto the main drag. That was good, nice little diversion. See a little bit of the country that we've never seen before. Probably never see again. Oh, I wouldn't say that. Thank you, Karen. He's telling me to keep going up this road. Ah, must be time for a coffee again. And I do believe I've actually stopped in this little parking spot once before when I was with Bob the Land Rover. Okay, this will do. There's no seating, but I don't need it. I shall just get my trusty thermos and have a cup of coffee and maybe a sandwich. What time is it? That's 4¼ hours I've been on the road now. Turn the car off. Yep. Ooh. Oh, we better turn this off. Looks like the workers are out working on the roads, even though it's a Sunday. There's a lot of damage, I noticed. There's a pipeline here at the side, and a couple of kilometres back I noticed that one of the actual lengths of pipe was completely detached from the rest of it, so there's a big break in there. Anyway, we're going to be prepared to stop here. I see a red light down here. I can't say as I'm surprised with all the weather that we've had recently down this area and even further south. Oh, that's a follow me, okay. Not far out of Condinin. Crikey, I'm having trouble keeping up with the follow me truck. I thought we were supposed to do 40. Oh, they do things different out here, don't they? We sure do. Oh well, looks like we're coming to the end of the Follow Me trail. Thanks, pal. Off we go, 110 kilometres per hour, end of road work. Right, this is our turn off to Narrabeen and Merredin. If we go that way, we end up going towards Perth. And Perth, strangely enough, is only 275 kilometres away from here. Sometimes wonder whether I'd be quicker driving straight to Perth and then straight up the highway, but it wouldn't be so much fun. So here we go, back through these little back roads up to Narrabeen and then on to Merredin. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crop duster aeroplane just over there to the left. You might see his wings glinting in the sun. Hey. He's now over there. Oh, where have you gone? Oh, he's way low now. He's in this paddock. You may see the spray coming out the back. There he goes. Now we're in the trees, of course. He's just there. Look at that. There he goes. Hope you caught him. El Cropo Duster. He's over there. Hope you're catching that. He might do another turn. Yep, he's going to come around. Just keep watching in the rear. Here he comes for another pass. Yay, what a show. Thank you. Here he comes. He's just about coming over the road now. He's aiming for me. Here we go. Well, that was exciting. This is Billericay Road, Billericay. And then we come up to the railway line, which is coming up right now. Billericay town site information. There's no town site there, it's gone. It's a historic one, probably. How many times have I put this on video, folks? Quite a number from memory. Billericay. Well, this is the little hamlet of Narrombean that we're coming into now. Again. Well, here we are back at my first stop again, Coorawalli. I've been on the road now for 8.5 hours, so I think that'll do. I was going to make it a little bit further, but nah. Here we go again. Probably get my same caravan camping spot back. No, I think somebody's over there. Or are they? No, they're not.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Karen's telling me off now because I'm not driving to the highlighted route. Hey, I'm going to get my same old caravan, my old spot back. Ain't that amazing? Here it is. Well, it's day one and here I am again at Coorawalli in my same campsite that I always seem to get, and I'll just do the guided tour at the moment. The new rear annex is up. I don't plan to put the side one up tonight because I'll be off again in the morning, but here is the guided tour. That tent went up in 30 seconds. Brilliant. And everything is just hunky-dory. I was on the road for 8.5 hours, I believe. So now it's time for a glass of Billy's Shadow Cab Sav, and then I'll think about getting some dinner together. But here we go, and cheers to all you unlucky people who happen to be in lockdown. I really do feel sorry for you. Well, this is a very easy setup. As I say, I haven't set it up with the other awning tonight, but I'm ready for dinner now, and the sun goes down in 34 minutes, so I'm going to sit here with my glass of vino. I've got the lights set up, so I'm okay there. All the bedding and stuff is in the tent and ready to go. I'm really impressed. This is a lot better than the last time I was actually here with the old tent. So, but anyway, the night will prove whether that is true or not. But I suspect it will be terrific. Well, first night out, I'm not really going to town on my cooking. So I had an old can of steak and vegetables, and I've used some dehydrated peas and some Deb mashed potatoes. So that's dinner tonight, but I'm not that hungry. So, but as the days and the weeks grow on, I hope my cuisine improves.